Linux Mint already gives you a stable base, but security isn't about one big setting, it's about layers. Small decisions that quietly close gaps most people don't even realize are open. So instead of repeating the usual stuff, let's go deeper into tweaks that almost nobody bothers to set up but make a real difference. Start with your home directory, but think beyond just permissions. Yes, you can lock it down so only your user can access it, but also check hidden files inside it. Over time, applications leave behind config files, tokens, cached sessions. Some of these can hold sensitive data. It's worth occasionally scanning through hidden files and removing anything tied to apps you no longer use. This keeps your system clean and reduces leftover exposure. Now here's something that feels a bit advanced, but it's actually simple once you do it. Auditing SUID and SGID files. These are special permissions that allow programs to run with elevated privileges. You're not trying to remove them randomly, you're building awareness. Run a command, see what exists, and save that list somewhere. Later, if anything new appears that you don't recognize, that's your early warning system. Next, let's talk about something physical. USB device control. Most people trust USB drives way too easily. You can configure your system so that USB storage doesn't auto-mount instantly. Instead, it waits for your action. This prevents automatic execution tricks and gives you control over what gets accessed. It's a subtle change, but it turns a passive system into an active one. Now shift your attention to Apparmor. It's already there, quietly running, but mostly in a relaxed mode. You can move important applications into enforce mode. Your browser, for example, doesn't need access to your entire system. Apparmor can limit it. So even if a browser exploit happens, the damage is contained. This is one of those invisible protections that works in the background without slowing you down. Here's another one people almost never mention: disabling core dumps. When programs crash, they can leave behind memory snapshots. Those snapshots can contain fragments of sensitive information. Unless you're debugging software, there's no real reason to keep them enabled. Turning them off removes a quiet data leak point that most users don't even know exists. Now take a moment to look at your startup applications, but look at them differently. Don't just remove obvious things. Ask yourself why each item needs to start automatically. Some apps add background services that stay active all the time. Even if they're harmless, they increase complexity. And complexity is where problems hide. A lean startup environment is naturally safer. Let's go a bit deeper into sudo behavior. Instead of relying on the default timeout, you can require authentication every single time. It sounds like a small inconvenience, but it completely removes the risk of leaving your system in an elevated state, especially if you walk away from your machine or get distracted mid-task. Now here's a really underrated habit: checking active listening ports. Every system has services that open network ports, even if you didn't explicitly install them. Run a simple command and see what's listening. If something surprises you, investigate it. This gives you visibility into what your system is actually exposing, instead of what you think it's exposing. Another quiet tweak is tightening file creation permissions using umask. By default, new files might be slightly more permissive than necessary. Adjusting this ensures that anything you create stays private unless you choose otherwise. It's one of those foundational settings that affects everything going forward. And here's something subtle but powerful: log awareness. You don't need to become a system admin, but occasionally checking authentication logs or system logs gives you a sense of what's happening behind the scenes. Failed login attempts, unusual activity, repeated errors, these are signals. Most people ignore them completely, but they're there for a reason. Finally, think about software sources. Every time you add a third-party repository, you're extending trust. It's easy to forget what you've added over time. Go back and review them. If you're not actively using something, remove its repository. Fewer external sources means fewer chances of pulling in something compromised. When you put all of this together, nothing here feels dramatic. There's no single tweak that changes everything overnight. But that's not the point. What you're doing is shaping a system that's aware, intentional, and controlled. A system where nothing runs without a reason, nothing has access without a boundary, and nothing changes without your noticing. And once you reach that point, security stops feeling like a task and starts feeling like part of how your system naturally works.